Well, if you're like a lot of people, you're probably in a line at a fast food restaurant right now getting your coffee for the morning or so. How would you like to change somebody's day and their entire attitude about the day with a simple gesture? Well, here's somebody that has a great idea for you. Pam Smith Wright, well known as a community activist, but probably best known as a city commissioner here in Owensboro. Pam, nice to have you here.
Thank you, Kirk. Good to be here.
It's the third year of a very special week.
Yes, this is the week of Give a Hand, Pay It Forward Owensboro.
And what does that entail?
I tell you, Kirk, I was in Louisville, Kentucky, and they had a campaign of Give a Day. And that would be where one day they asked people to go out and do something nice. That just kind of sparked something in me, and I came back to Owensboro and talked to the mayor and asked him if we could start a Pay It Forward Day. And then we decided that we wanted it longer than a day. So, it runs from August the 4th through the 18th this year.
So it's all this week, and it's very similar to other Pay It Forward campaigns. Back in the year 2000, the movie Pay It Forward came out, and I think that was the introduction for many people to the whole concept of paying it forward. This is a simple act of kindness to an anonymous person.
Yeah, it's something that you do for someone else, and they don't even know who did it. And, it can be something as simple as paying for their food in the checkout. Just give the cashier, say, hey, here's $50 toward that person's food, and just leave. Or here's $10 for somebody at McDonald's to pay for their family's meal or whatever. The cashier will say, this has been paid for already.
It really is. It's really more for yourself than someone else. I was involved. I've only done this 2 different times, and this week, I promise I'll do it more than that. Standing in line or being in a drive-in window and paying for your food and then saying, by the way, here's $5 for the next person, even though you don't know them. There is a real satisfaction, and it's kind of life-changing to those that are the recipients. Have you ever been a recipient?
Oh, yes. I'm telling you, here's a great story. I was out to the Country Ham restaurant, and there was a bunch of guys that were like construction workers, and they had ordered all this food. And my cousin and I was sitting there waiting on our food, and it seemed like it was taking forever for us to get our food. And I looked over at them, and I went, you all have all that food over there, and you didn't offer me any? Well, they didn't know me, and I was just cutting up, and they just kind of laughed, And when I finally got my food, I offered them some of my food, and they said, oh, wow, we really feel bad. We didn't even offer you any. And when we got ready to leave, my cousin and I asked for our checks, and the waitress said, those guys paid for your meal. Are you kidding me? And they said, no. So they paid for your meals and said for you to have a great day. It just made us feel really good. The only thing was we had kidded with them the whole time, and I really, really would have liked to have thanked them. But, that's part of it. You don't get a chance to do that. They felt good about doing that for us, and we felt great that they did.
You kind of want to have that spirit year-round, but this week has been kind of the benchmark, if you will, the third year in a row where you have asked people to put this sign on their marquees and more importantly, to get involved by simply paying it forward and giving a hand.
Kirk, Owensboro is a great place, and we all know that. And when we have tragedy, when we have tornadoes, ice storms, all of those things that happen, this community pulls together and we get things taken care of. But do you know that there are people here every single day that need a little help from someone? Even if you just smile at someone, you may not know them. Walking past them on the street, if you give them a smile, you don't know what that smile can do for someone who's having a bad day. It doesn't take money. You don't have to do that. You could cut somebody's yard or trim your neighbor's hedges or anything, and just do it. They may not be at home, but when they get home and see that their yard's been cut, just makes everybody involved feel good.
Well, it's a great reminder, and next time you're in line, we urge you to pay it forward by paying for the person behind you. It's just a great way to make yourself feel good while spreading goodwill, right?
I think so. And I encourage all businesses that have a marquee of any kind, if you would display Pay It Forward, give a hand, Pay It Forward Owensboro on your marquee from August the 4th through the 18th, it would be greatly appreciated.
Well,
and then they will be paying it forward by doing that.
Woody Hayes of Ohio State University said you can pay back only seldom, but you can always pay forward. And I thought that was a really good line.
Wow. I had not heard that, but that's great. That's a great quote.
Well, Pam, I got to let you go. I got to go pay for somebody's food or coffee here, okay?
Okay, and me too. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Pam Smith Wright, who is heading up the Pay It Forward campaign this week. So do something nice for yourself and someone else at the same time. Thanks, Pam.
Okay, thank you.